Welcome to New Viral Drama, where Hollywood's fakest masks get ripped off and no secret stays buried for long. What just exploded across the internet ain't no meme, and definitely not a skit. This is the kind of drop that has PR teams sweating and phones blowing up. Not even Remy Ma saw it coming, and that says a lot. See, when 50 Cent opens his mouth, you expect jokes, jabs, and petty shots. But this time? Nah, he came with fire and facts, or at least something dangerously close to him. He ain't throwing shade. He's lighting up the whole damn building. Word is, 50 just unearthed a prison-era secret so heavy, so twisted, it could shake Remy's whole rep to the core. This ain't about serving time, this is about calculated moves from inside the cell. Quiet power plays, control behind bars, and one wild decision that flipped the whole script. So, what's the real tea? What was Remy really doing in there? Why was this never leaked? And why is 50 airing it all out now? What's his angle? This ain't gossip blog mess. This is full-blown career demolition zone. We're talking call your lawyer, lock the closet, delete the text kind of mess. Buckle up, because this might just turn Remy Ma's whole narrative upside down. And if even a slice of it's true, she might be stuck in a storm she can't finesse her way out of. See, this ain't some TMZ fluff. This is grimy. This is raw. This is buried so deep you'd need a map, a shovel, and clearance just to peek at it. And somehow, 50, the self-proclaimed king of petty, the chaos puppet master himself, just stumbled on it? Or maybe he knew all along. But before we go full detonation, let's rewind and put the pieces together. You gotta remember who we talking about. Remy Ma, the Bronx brawler who went from tearing up the mic to serving real time at Bedford Hills. And no, this wasn't over some weak charges like a bag of weed. Nah, this was something way deeper. According to 50 Cent, Remy Ma wasn't just surviving in prison, she was thriving in the shadows. She wasn't moving solo. Nah, she was part of a feared inner squad that basically ran the whole underground from the inside. 50 dubbed them the High Table. Yeah, like some straight-up John Wick elite hit woman network. Every woman on that crew had power, real power. Each one allegedly ruled a piece of the prison underworld like a queen pin. And Remy? She ran the communications game like a boss. From smuggled burner phones to coded letters and back-channel messages, even whispers of dirty guards playing both sides. 50 spelled it out loud. They wasn't just doing time, they was running a whole damn industry. Word is, if Remy said jump, the whole block froze. And while none of this is confirmed, the claims? They get real disturbing. One member of that shadowy circle straight up vanished. No transfer, no release, no paperwork, just gone. Records sealed, whispers buzzing, people asking if Remy had something to do with it. No one's saying yes, but no one's saying no either. And that silence? It's louder than any denial. Then came the creepiest part. A former inmate, anonymous, scared, but bold enough to contact 50, dropped a line that chills you to the core. Remy wasn't locked up. The prison was locked in with her. Read that again. Let it sink in. While the outside world cheered her comeback, glam red carpets, glowing interviews, that whole reformed woman image shining bright like a movie ending, 50 wasn't buying it at all. He saw right through the facade and clapped back with a cryptic post that had everyone scratching their heads and watching her page like a hawk. This ain't no scripted redemption story. This might be the remix nobody was ready for. So you rootin' for Remy Ma? That's cute, but wait till you hear what really went down in Cell Block C. When 50 dropped that one post, boom, the whole internet lit up like a crime scene. Twitter was in flames, Reddit turned into CSI, and YouTubers were pulling out prison floor plans like they were solving a true crime mystery. And the real question, why now? Why's 50 Cent stirring this pot? Some say it's classic petty, others swear it's calculated. But there's a third, darker theory creeping in. Word on the wire is that a sealed prison report from back in 2011 somehow leaked, and it's straight chaos. Allegedly, during Remy's stretch, there was an incident. A guard got injured. An inmate got mysteriously transferred. The whole thing vanished from the books like it never happened. The report? Sealed tight. Names? Blacked out. But the whispers? They all point to one name, Remy Ma. Is it confirmed? Not officially. But 50 sure ain't denying a damn thing. In fact, he's loving the chaos, dropping slick tweets, cryptic memes, and that classic smug smirk like he's watching the world put the pieces together. And fans? They're locked in. Theories flying, timelines getting built, and every shady moment is being reanalyzed like it's evidence. According to one anonymous insider who allegedly hit 50 with the real tea, Cell Block C saw a wild late-night brawl involving high-level inmates. This wasn't some catfight. It was brutal. Weapons out. One inmate sent to medical. Another vanished. Gone. No trace. The guards labeled it an accident. The paperwork? Lost. But Remy? Not even a scratch. No charges, no write-up. Just casually back in her bunk like nothing ever happened. Now ask yourself, how does someone walk away from that clean? If even a piece of this is true, then we're not just talking about some prison scuffle. This screams cover-up. Silent power moves, hidden messages. And according to 50 Cent, this is the skeleton Remy's been praying never crawls out the closet. He swears this is the one secret she kept locked down tight. The moment that could ruin everything. But now, the lid's cracked wide open, and the mess is spilling fast. And just when folks thought 50 had said his piece, boom! He mutters, "Cell Block C" again. And the internet detonated. Reddit went wild. Threads popped up with names like Operation Remy. People started digging, pulling old inmate lists, prison blueprints, logs, anything they could get their hands on. The hunt was on. Then came the leaks. Within 72 hours of 50's cryptic cell block post, niche forums were flooded. Alleged documents, screenshots, even a supposed prison phone recording started making rounds. No source, no verification, just raw mystery. One clip had everyone frozen. It was grainy, no names, just a shaky recording of a female voice, frantic, scared, saying, "I told her not to go that far. Now it's gonna come back on all of us." Nobody could say for sure if it was real, but nobody could stop listening either. It was too perfect, too messy, too Remy. Then, like something straight out of a thriller, a comment dropped under a viral TikTok covering the drama. No profile picture, no username history, just one bone-chilling line. "I did time at Bedford. I remember the night everything went silent. We all knew not to ask questions." That's when it hit different. This wasn't just internet noise anymore. It was sounding way too real. Remy didn't have to yell. She didn't have to threaten. She just gave a look, and everyone around her knew what time it was. That vibe alone sparked a wildfire online. One chilling comment, shared over 18,000 times in just 48 hours, had the media frothing at the mouth. Blogs exploded with "sources say" stories. Timelines got flooded with exclusive angles. And podcasters went to war over whether this was career-ending or just a puff of smoke. Meanwhile, Twitter, it turned into a madhouse. Remy exposed. 50 spilled. Cell Block C. It was like the internet thought she caught another case. But here's the real twist. Silence. Not a peep from Remy. Nothing from her team, no statements, no shady tweets, no crying in the bathroom, IG lives. Nada. And in a scandal this loud, silence hits like a sledgehammer. In today's social media jungle, when your name's trending for all the wrong reasons, you've got 3 moves. Drop an apology, cry in the dark, pull out the notes app, and write your soul out. But staying completely quiet? That's the internet's version of saying, "Yeah, I did that." And 50? Oh, he was loving it. He hopped on IG Live chilling like it was nothing. Someone asked him, "You really serious about that Remy stuff?" 50 just smirked. took a pause, then hit him with this. All I'm saying is, some people leave jail, but jail don't leave them. Boom. End of stream. No follow-up, no context. Just that mic drop. And the chaos? It went nuclear. But this time, the internet's obsession wasn't just on Remy Ma. It shifted to that missing inmate. People weren't just gossiping anymore. They were investigating. Hardcore fans started filing actual FOIA requests, real-deal government paperwork, trying to dig up Bedford Hills prison logs from 2011. It stopped being drama. It started looking like a cold case. Of course, nothing official came back. No logs, no records, no answers. But that silence? It only cranked the paranoia higher. Then things flipped into full Netflix doc mode. A small YouTube channel, barely 10,000 subscribers, dropped a so-called leaked inmate roster. And guess what? A certain woman's name showed up on the January list. By March? Gone. No transfer, no release, no paperwork. Just erased like she never existed. Then came the creepiest twist yet. A supposed former correctional officer posted a cryptic TikTok. I worked at Bedford back then. Things weren't always by the book. I'll leave it at that. Millions of views. Account gone in 24 hours. No follow-up, just smoke and mystery. At this point, it doesn't matter if it's expose or echo chamber. Public opinion already decided. Something went down. And Remy Ma was right in the middle of it. Now that silent act, it ain't reading like maturity or grace anymore. It's starting to smell like full-blown damage control. Meanwhile, the internet's still chasing shadow screenshots and digital ghosts, but in the real world, the fallout is very real. A big-name daytime talk show just yanked Remy's scheduled appearance. Quietly. Her team? Nowhere to be found. No press statements. No interviews. No apology tours. Nothing. Even a major music festival just quietly scrubbed her name from the lineup. No shout-out, no drama. Just erased. Coincidence? Maybe. But to the internet, that's straight-up confirmation. Even her diehard stans are starting to ask, what else is hiding in that past? And just when it feels like the scandals reached max volume, boom, another curveball. Out of nowhere, a self-proclaimed paralegal assistant jumps in with a thread that sends TikTok and Twitter spiraling. They claim they worked at a law firm that handled criminal appeals. And while filing sealed court records, they allegedly caught a glimpse of internal docs tied to the Bedford case. According to them, what they saw was deep, sealed for a reason, and definitely not meant for public eyes. Turns out, Remy Ma's case had a classified motion filed back in 2013, marked confidential, labeled as a potential internal safety breach. That one detail, it blew conspiracy Twitter wide open. Some believe it's directly tied to that infamous cell block C brawl. Others think it points to something even uglier, a deeper cover-up involving shady prison staff and crooked protection. And guess who's still fueling the fire? Yep, 50 Cent. Still trolling, still memeing, still tossing cryptic one-liners like confetti at a damn funeral. At this point, he ain't just stirring the pot, he nuked the whole kitchen. Every time Remy stays silent, boom, 50 drops another smug post. Every fan theory that surfaces, wink emoji. Every shady rumor, he's in the comments with popcorn. He's not explaining anything, he's dangling bait. And we're all biting like fish hooked on scandal. But here's where it flips. While everyone's stuck on the past, something real might already be unraveling right now. Sources are whispering that a present-day consequence is quietly in motion. An unnamed government agency, the kind that hates messy headlines connected to state-run institutions, has reportedly started snooping around. According to a tweet from a verified insider journalist, a formal inquiry into Bedford Hills' 2011 incident logs is already underway. And this ain't no Reddit sleuth hunt. This is government heat. So what does this mean for Remy Ma? Could her silence cost her more than a gig? Could new evidence open old wounds? Or worse, trigger resurrected charges? We don't know yet, but one thing is clear. This mess just outgrew the celebrity drama box. It's bigger now, realer, way more dangerous. And just when it feels like it's over, it snowballs again. Was Remy Ma secretly pulling strings behind the scenes the whole time? Or was she just another pawn trapped in a broken system that protects the wrong people? That's the debate now, and it's only getting louder. Timelines are getting shredded right now. Fans, critics, Reddit sleuths, everybody's deep in the trenches. But behind all the noise and chaos, something way more serious is shifting in the shadows. Because once you start poking sealed files, hinting at buried reports, and exposing cover-ups from inside prison walls, someone important always starts watching. And this time, it ain't TikTok drama. Real documents, not rumors, have surfaced. State officials are officially reviewing the 2011 Bedford Hills disciplinary archives. Why? Because, and we quote, "Public interest surrounding discrepancies in inmate movement logs has prompted internal review." Translation, the system's on high alert. They're not digging because they care about truth or justice. They're moving because the internet made too much noise. They can't afford to look like they're asleep while social media's having a full-blown meltdown. And now, the energy around this case is colder than a solitary cell in January. Remy Ma and her inner circle, they're officially in scramble mode. Behind the scenes, industry insiders are whispering that her team is in crisis lockdown. No press, no interviews, no IG lives, just pure silence and a whole lot of behind closed doors meetings. One insider, allegedly close to her PR camp, dropped this gem to a source in our circle. "We had a major rollout plan. Now, we're just trying to stop the bleeding." This ain't PR cleanup anymore. This is survival mode. Because if even a fraction of these allegations hold water, if even one of those redacted files leads to something real, Remy Ma might be facing more than public backlash. She might be staring down a whole new level of trouble. Hold up. We're not just talking about internet heat anymore. This is full-blown career collapse. Brand deals, gone. Tour dates, canceled. Public trust, evaporated. And don't act like hip-hop is immune to this mess. Loyalty runs deep until the scandal hits and suddenly you're unbookable. That's the game. Word is, some producers already pulled tracks featuring Remy. Collaborators? Quietly backing out like it's not personal. But let's be real, it's all about optics. And 50 Cent? Oh, he's not letting this go. He recently posted, then quickly deleted, an IG story showing a courtroom photo with one ice-cold caption, "Sometimes the past don't stay in the past." No tags, no context, no explanation, just smoke and thousands of reposts lighting up every platform. But then came a twist nobody expected. An entertainment lawyer, speaking anonymously to a hip-hop outlet, just dropped a major bombshell. They claim Remy Ma might get dragged into the state's investigation, not as a suspect, but as a witness. And that right there changes everything. Apparently, there's a paper trail, real documents, not internet theories. Allegedly, a formal request was made to access interview records tied to a disciplinary incident from February 2011. And guess who was reportedly listed as a witness on the report? Remy Ma. Now, if this is true, we're not just in rumor territory anymore. We're standing on a legal landmine. Let's be clear. No, this doesn't mean she's getting cuffed tomorrow. But if state officials uncover misconduct, cover-ups, or shady staff protection, this won't just be bad for Remy. It won't just hit her brand. It could blow up Bedford Hills from the inside out. This won't just blow back on Remy. If this story sticks, it'll be bad for every guard, every official, and every inmate who helped cover it up. Especially if Remy wasn't just surviving the system, but actually running it from the inside. That's the real shift happening online. The gossip phase? Over. This is full-blown suspicion. People are digging through old interviews like crime scene evidence, zooming in on every smirk, reading between every line. In one 2016 sit-down, a host asked her, "Did prison change how you view power?" Remy smiled, looked down, and said, When you learn how to move in silence, you never go back. Back then, it sounded like growth. Now, it sounds like strategy. And just when it all hit fever pitch, boom, another twist dropped. A leaked 2013 memo surfaced online. It read, "Due to the sensitivity of the February 18th incident, involved parties will be removed from general population and reassigned under Directive 934. That's a real policy. The memo doesn't name names, but the date matches. The event matches. And fans are convinced this is the missing puzzle piece. If Remy Ma was involved in a violent incident that triggered inmate removals, and she walked away untouched, name scrubbed from records, no punishment, then this ain't just a celebrity getting lucky. This is institutional manipulation, polished, protected, and weaponized." And 50 Cent, he didn't gloat. Didn't say, "I told you so." He just posted a black screen with one line, "Truth always finds a mic." It went viral in under 10 minutes. And now? The fallout's not just digital anymore. 2 retired corrections officers have reportedly been contacted for statements about their time at Bedford Hills. A watchdog group is pressing the New York Department of Corrections for full transparency. And in the ultimate twist of irony, the system that once protected Remy might now be the one that exposes her. An indie filmmaker just announced a brand new prison drama, loosely inspired by the Remy era. You seriously can't make this stuff up. So now the big question, will Remy Ma finally break her silence? Will her team come out swinging with denials and press runs? Or will they keep ghosting the internet and try to ride out the storm in silence? The public split down the middle. Some say she has to speak now, take control of the narrative, and shut it all down before it sinks her. Others believe silence is the only card she has left to play. Speak now and risk it all. But one thing's undeniable. Cell Block C ain't just a rumor anymore. It's a movement, a cultural storm, a messy, wild, unconfirmed hurricane of receipts and whispers that's now bigger than Remy herself. And it all started with just one sentence. One post, one spark from 50 Cent. Now the fire is raging out of control, and whether Remy Ma lit the match or not, she's standing dead center in the blaze. So what do you think? Internet hype? Or buried truth finally clawing its way to the surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments. No filter. We want the wildest theories you've got. Your cousin worked at Bedford? You heard something through the grapevine? Not saying aliens. But we're not judging either. And if this video made you gasp, rewind, or straight up question everything you thought you knew about celebrity prison secrets, go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Cause if 50 Cent's not done talking, you better believe we're not done digging. This rabbit hole? Oh, we're just getting started. See you in the next one.